First of all, you need to understand what these symbols represent. Less than, this one, less than or equal. Greater than or equal. So this one is x less than 3, which I want to represent on this number line. So you find 3, put a circle over it. This means x is less than 3. Look at the arrow, it's pointing that way, so you get the arrow going in that direction. So this means any numbers less than 3. So it could be any of these numbers, any numbers along here, but it's not allowed to be 3. That's why it's just hollow. But if it was like this, x less than or equal to 3, wouldn't make it hollow, you'd make it filled in. This one over here, x greater than -2. So you find -2. Look, the arrow's going that way. So you make it go that way as well. If this is x greater than or equal to -2, you make sure it's filled in. Right, with these type of symbols, it will be hollow. And these ones, where it's got the equal symbol as well, they'll be filled in. So this is interpreted as x has to be less than 5, but bigger than or equal to -2. So when it's -2, -2 there, put a circle on top of it. Where there's a 5, put a circle. And because it's these symbols here, it's going to be hollow. What you're going to do now is join these two circles up. If you've got this, that's interpreted as x less than or equal to 5, but x has to be bigger than -2. And because of that symbol there, that's going to be filled in. And likewise, if this had this symbol here, that'd be filled in as well. Okay, write down all the integers that satisfy this inequality. Integers are whole numbers, can be negative numbers. So what are the numbers? X has to be less than or equal to 5, but bigger than or equal to -2. So all the numbers are here, they're listed here. So you'd write down all the numbers between -2 and 5. But let's say this symbol happened to be just that there, without the equal symbol. And obviously that there would be hollow. X being less than 5, that means you wouldn't have 5. You wouldn't include that. So now, if I want to write in all the integers that satisfy this inequality, it'd be these whole numbers here. And just remember, you're not going to include 5 because there's no equal symbol there. And likewise, if you had this symbol without the equal symbol, then you wouldn't include the -2, and that would be hollow. Right, some of you have understood when I said x has to be less than 5, that symbol there means less than. So I did say x is less than 5, but why is it that I said x has to be greater than -2? Even though that symbol there is over here, it's saying less than, and I said greater than. Well, it's the same thing. If I say to you, -2 has to be less than, -2 has to be less than x, that's exactly the same as saying, well, x has to be greater than -2. It's the opposite way of saying it. Right, if you're still a little bit confused, just have a look at this. What does that say? X has to be less than 8. But now if I turn it around, what does that read? It now reads 8 has to be greater than x. Just to reiterate, x is less than 8, x is less than 8 is the same thing as 8 being greater than x. It's just another way of saying it.